So let's bring in former Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce. Barnaby, come on, take your best shot. What do you make of Mike Cannon-Brookes? He loves to lecture everybody on going green. And then, as we've been saying, jets off on a private jet to a Formula One race. What does that say about the left's hypocrisy on climate?
I'd love to tell you, but I'm just tormented. I'm torn. I'm torn. I can't let the carbon emissions issue forth from my mouth as I say what a total and utter hypocrite he is. I mean, this is the same person who, obviously, they're all part of the swindle, the great intermittent power swindle, where they sell power in 5-minute blocks and they get paid exorbitant amounts for a product that doesn't work and demand that everybody buys their product. And then in the midst of it, after the pensioner has been absolutely done over at the PowerPoint, has been absolutely ripped off in their shopping trolley, has been pushed into destitution, they say, well, now we're jetting off in our private jet to watch our Formula One team. I mean, it's just mind blowing. You know, what else can you say? It speaks for itself. Re ipsa loquitur. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, poor old Mike Cannon-Brookes, Barnaby. He had an internal struggle, he said. So, you know, boo-hoo, exactly. Now, Barnaby, we know that our electricity bills are going to be going up by around 9%. Labor's green dream, sending us broken backwards. But it's okay, though, because Chris Bowen will tell you to shop around. Have a look.
I think these figures show an important opportunity to remind Australians that you can do better and shop around for a better deal. Now, we've made it easier in the Albanese government to switch energy providers, and there are 2 websites which are very useful.
Yes, very sound advice, just as sound as Zali Steggles. Have a look.
The way Australians can reduce their power bills is buy less, right? Rely more and more on your own rooftop and buy less from the market, and then these hikes will not impact you. So the urgency is for the budget to roll out much greater scale support for households to put rooftop solar and batteries.
So, Barnaby, the advice is shop around and rely on your rooftop, please. How is that for some sound advice?
Danica, we will be shopping around, and around about May the 17th, we're going to be shopping around then. We're all going to be shopping around. And for Zali, no, there's another solution. We just put the intermittent power precincts, the wind towers and the solar fields and the transmission lines just off Mossman. And that's, you know, live with your virtue. And then you can, as long as Mike Cannon-Brookes' private jet doesn't get entangled in the transmission lines as it's landing at Sydney. But this is the rank hypocrisy and also the naivety of it. I mean, to think Chris Bowen is telling us that if you want a better deal, you shop around. Hey, Chris, we actually know that, mate. We actually know that if you're looking for a better deal, you can actually make a choice. It's just that, Chris, there is no better deal. We are getting absolutely done over, Chris. And your naivety, that smirk, that funny way that you carry on at the dispatch box, we are finding it so annoying. But, Chris, what I can say is, if we are struggling in any seats, can you please come out and visit us there? Because if there's something that can win a seat for the coalition, it's you, Chris Bowen.
I reckon you're probably right on that one, Barnaby. Let's talk about the Greens for a second. Greens leader Adam Bant wants Labor to walk away from the AUKUS pact with the United States. He claims Donald Trump is dangerous. Here he was speaking today.
It is absolutely clear that Donald Trump is dangerous. I think the priority at the moment should be to end AUKUS, to end the AUKUS agreement.
Barnaby, this comes just a couple of weeks after Chinese warships are firing live rounds off the coast of Sydney. How does Bant imagine we will defend Australia if we ditch our alliance with the United States?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, what's your answer, Adam? I mean, we had a Chinese battleship, one of the best in the world, off the coast of Sydney, no, not up in the north, but off the coast of Sydney, firing off missiles, live fire. And so much so they had to change the direction of the planes at Mascot. And you are saying we can just do this without the United States of America. So who are we going to do it with, Adam? Are you going to bring back conscription? Are you going to start spending 5% of our national budget? I mean, how does this work, Adam? Or do you just believe that history has changed for you and no one would have any interest in invading a nation that only has 26 million people, all the critical minerals, all the coal, all the gas, all the agricultural capacity to feed people, that we're of no interest to other nations on earth? Well, you are totally and utterly dangerously naive.
Yeah, extremely naive. Now, look, let's talk again about the Trade Minister, Don Farrell. He says that the Ukraine-Russia war is Australia's fight. On the other hand, the Prime Minister is saying that any contribution to peacekeeping would only involve a small contribution. Have a look at this.
We support Ukraine. Ukraine's fight for democracy, Ukraine's fight for its sovereignty is Australia's fight.
Australia has a proud record over 80 years of participating in peacekeeping missions. It would be a small contribution if we chose to do so.
Barnaby, the Prime Minister can't even get domestic issues right. How is he going to possibly go and then save Ukraine?
You know, it's very dangerous. We all support Ukraine, and Australia has put hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars towards the support of Ukraine in equipment. But start talking about putting personnel on the ground. It doesn't matter how you term. You might term peacekeeping, but if there's an incursion, a shot, where all of a sudden you're up against a Russian soldier and Russian soldier shot dead, then I don't know how the Russians are going to call that. But what will happen is, yet again, we'll be tied into a European war. We have a problem on our backyard. We don't have to worry about Europe as a problem that they have to deal with, and we've got a much, much bigger problem, potential bigger problem, on our backyard. And we saw that in one instance with the live fire exercises off Sydney, with the hacking into our computers, with lasers been locked onto our planes. We know what's going on in our neck of the woods with the Communist Party of China. So let's focus on what's important right here.
Yeah, absolutely, Barnaby Joyce. A little focus on the priorities would be very welcome. We appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for joining us.